Hi guys, welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we are going to look at what is your first week of January going to be like. So January 2023, what's going to be happening for you guys? And I just want to say before I continue, just a little announcement that I do have a new podcast called The Mighty Motivation Project. I will link that in the description box if you would like to take a look, but it is full of motivational speeches from me aimed at inspiring you, motivating you, and basically it's based off of my personal experiences. I am up to episode 4, which will be posted in the next couple of days. So if you would like to take a look at that, I would very much appreciate it. And of course, if you want to follow, I would love that as well. So that'll be in the description box. Other than that, let's get into your piles. There will be 3 piles today, and let's see what your choices are. Hi there, Pile 1. So this is your reading for the first week of January 2023. And the door card that you've got here for your main energy is Destiny. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. So this is, I feel, all about maybe perhaps getting to your life purpose, something that is definitely obviously destined for you, something that was meant to happen on your path, your journey through life. And obviously I think the universe is feeling like it's time for this to come through. So you definitely may be closing doors to something that isn't serving you anymore and moving into something new. Something's ending, and of course with endings come new beginnings. So let's see what else your cards and your reading has to say. Okay, Pile 1, so we have some tarot for you today. So we have the 5 of Wands, which is clarified by the 8 of Cups. We have the Lovers card, clarified by the 6 of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands, and that is clarified by the Ace of Cups. We also have some oracle cards for you today. We have the message, when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. We also have, I am the dreamer of my dream. Your 2 other oracle cards, Healing Chaos, and we have Purity. Sorry, just dropped that card there. So, also if there's any background noise, guys, I do apologize. I will try and edit out as much of that as possible. But I do have the window open just to get some fresh air, so you'll be hearing the leaves rustling through the trees and things like that. But let's get into this reading. So, obviously I want to start with this 5 of Wands energy. So this could be some conflict that is going on right now, maybe some arguments between people, some disagreements, okay, that you've had with people in your surroundings. People maybe not agreeing with your opinions on something, or maybe the choices that you've been making, or something that you're wanting to do and people are sort of having their say about it, and there's sort of people's opinions sort of coming every which way, and sometimes that can of course feel very overwhelming, and which is why I think it's clarified here by the ace, I was going to say the ace, but we do have the ace anyway, the 8 of Cups. So you're definitely walking away from this situation. And I do feel like, even though we do have the backup of the universe here, and I do feel perhaps the universe is showing you the way, I do feel like this is your choice as well, to make that decision to walk away from that which is not serving you right now. And just because too, and we do have that in the standard Rider-Waite Tarot anyway, depiction of the Eight of Cups, but I'm just looking at the heels here on this Cups card. And, so this may feel like quite a journey for you that you're taking to move away from this. So perhaps even for some of you, I'm kind of feeling like maybe this is a journey overseas. Maybe you're actually leaving a place where you live. Maybe you are, even if it's just moving to another city or another state, something like that. There may be new surroundings, new scenery is what I'm trying to get up around you, right? That you may be seeing. I'm sort of seeing in my mind someone who is very excited, almost kind of like the full energy, where it's like they're ready to take this leap of faith. So this could very well be your energy the first month of January 2023. So, and I'm sort of just noticing here, here it's of course depicted with some broken glasses. And the glasses are laying there. They're not, they're not cleaned up or anything like that. It's just being left as a mess. So I do feel like some of you may be, I don't want to say necessarily abruptly leaving a situation, but I just sort of feel like you're at the point where it's like, right, this isn't serving me anymore. I'm unable to sort of seem to sort of resolve this conflict. So I think your answer is to just simply move on from this situation. Perhaps I'm hearing some of you perhaps have always sort of been the peacekeeper and trying to resolve situations and keep the peace, but I think this time the decision is being made to just walk away and focus on yourself and move into something more positive. Right, a more positive direction. And of course we do have the Healing Chaos card here. So this is, you definitely walking away, moving away from the chaos, because if you see here, there's a whole heap of butterflies coming out of this tornado here. And of course butterflies talk about transformation, so there is a definite change happening here. But I think the transformation is more, of course, within yourself rather than trying to make the situation work for you or trying to transform the situation that you're in. I think it's more about you leaving that situation behind and then working on yourself and the healing within yourself to move on to a better situation, right, that suits you, that's better for your highest good. And keep dropping the cards, sorry guys. We have the Purity card here as well. So again, this to me talks about being in your true authenticity, right? And if we look here to the wolf here has two different colored eyes. So, this may be that, you're finally figuring out who you really are and the things that you would like to do with your life, your uniqueness. Perhaps even your uniqueness is something that might have caused a bit of chaos and conflict. Sometimes it does. If I'm honest, people can sometimes get a little bit jealous of other people that, are standing in their true selves, their true light, because they haven't yet found themselves. And so it's kind of like, and people can seem a bit intimidated sometimes by somebody who is not afraid to just be themselves and, standing in their truth and whatever that means to them. Even if it's like you go out wearing different colored socks or something, right? Or you've crazily changed your hair up. It doesn't have to be, of course, it's not all on the outer, it is on the inner as well. But it maybe you have a funny way of, communication, in the sense of like you like to tell a lot of jokes or something like that, and people go, I don't get this humor, like what's with this person? But that you're going to find your tribe and you're going to find your place where you fit in. And perhaps this is where you are heading off into a new direction to try and find out where it is that you do fit in, or you feel more comfortable being you, right, where you're not being judged, where you're not facing this conflict and, all these opinions coming at you left, right, and center about how you should live your life or who you should be and all those kinds of things. So I feel like you guys are actually taking the reins on this and going, right, I'm leaving this situation behind. Now we do have the Lovers card here as well. So this could mean that either upon making this decision, so you've gone, right, I'm going to leave this situation behind, I've made this decision, you move forward, but perhaps then you realize the universe maybe has presented you, if we're going to stick for a moment with this nature theory, right, this nature sort of scene, I should say, with the mountains and things. Let's just say you go off on your literal journey, right, and all of a sudden, oh, there's two paths ahead, and perhaps the universe maybe has arranged that for you, and so there may be a decision ahead that needs to be made. Okay, do I go left, do I go right, which path do I take? And I do feel, if that is happening, if that is the case, that both choices, there's no wrong choice. I don't feel like there's a wrong choice here. So I feel like the universe may be presenting you with two wonderful paths ahead. You know, you may look, one has beautiful flowers and, you know, sunshine and stuff just beaming through the trees, and that looks very beautiful. But then on the other side, there may be rivers and, you know, other, you know, beautiful birds singing in the trees and things like that. But whichever path you choose, and of course this is a metaphor, but whatever path you choose, I just feel like, you know, it will end up working out for you. I feel like you are moving into a period of more calm, because of course this is what the Six of Swords talks about, moving out from the rough waters into the calm, right? And of course on this card it's depicted with the rain and the rainbow, and of course after the rain comes the beautiful rainbow. So this is you guys definitely, I feel like, moving into happier times, much more peaceful times. Serenity is a word I just heard. Something that, you know, is going to make you guys feel a lot more at peace with yourself, your true self, right? So yeah, the Lovers can be about a choice. So there may be a choice presented to you after having made this decision to leave, but this could also just be representing that choice in itself. So maybe you've realized, okay, and I just heard Spirit did show me before when I was glancing at the cards, when I was laying them out, the Should I Stay or Should I Go from The Clash. If you know that song, you may want to look it up. But, you know, should I stay or should I go now, right? But it's like, if I have to remember the words now. I do love The Clash, but I'm trying to think of the words now. It's if I go, there will be trouble, but if I stay, there will be double, right? So that might mean something for you guys. So it's that thing of like, yeah, people probably aren't going to be happy with me making this decision to uproot, or, you know, maybe some of you I'm hearing might feel like, or you're being told that this is a bit of a selfish decision. If you guys are moving forward, you know, with something that you want to do, and of course we do have the card here, I am the dreamer of my dreams. So perhaps some of you are going off to follow your dreams again in your authentic self, right? Something that speaks true to you, and people don't really agree with your choice of doing this, maybe. So it could be, you know, life purpose related, job related, or something that's just, I feel, really related to who you are, something that speaks true to who you are. So whatever that means to you moving forward, this is about you being at peace with yourself and who you really are, whether it's career, you know, your general life purpose, or just being able to be you, right? Where you're not being judged, where there's no conflict anymore. And so, yes, that may cause some issues, you know, for the people you're leaving behind in you moving forward. But if you were to stay, I feel like there'd be even more chaos and conflict. And I think this is where this decision was made. And I'm hearing the high-pitched ring in my ear now, so Spirit is confirming that. So if you stay, perhaps, yeah, things won't be easily resolved. Perhaps you may, you know, continue to have to deal with this kind of drama and all these things that aren't serving you. So I think there is either like, I mean, which is a decision in itself, right? To say I'm leaving this situation behind. So just to clarify, some of you may be leaving this situation behind, right? And then there's like two paths ahead, and you're going, oh wow, okay, I didn't actually think that there was going to be two choices. The universe may be gifting you two choices, but I feel like I said, these are two paths ahead, that there's no wrong decision, right? So it's these two beautiful paths, and you can choose whichever one you want to walk down, right? And then for others, I feel like the Lovers is just generally representing that initial choice that you made to walk away from this situation in the first place. Does that make sense, guys? And I know the Lovers can talk about, of course, twin flames and things like that, some kind of really strong union, right? And for some of you, this could be perhaps related to love. I don't want to discount that if that perhaps is the case, but I feel like if it is, that's a very minor few of you, that you may be leaving a situation behind perhaps with someone else that wasn't working out, and you're moving into something new to where maybe you're coming into union with someone who is more in alignment with you and your true self. But that could be true for some of you. But I do feel in general it's more about going and searching for your dream, or following your dream if you already know what that is, and just really, being somewhere where you are comfortable in your true self, okay? And so we do have the Ace of Wands here as well. So with this Ace of Wands, this is new beginnings. So you're definitely moving into a new, fresher energy, surroundings. I do feel like it's got something to do with your surroundings. So I do feel like this may be a literal move for some of you. It's not just, sort of leaving some people behind, or like in the sense of, I'm not dealing with your crap anymore, I'm not talking to you anymore. I feel like this could be a literal get up and walk away situation for some of you, right? In which case, with this Ace of Wands, I'm just seeing and like I said, when I spoke about the Lovers, and I said how there was this beautiful path, perhaps one of the paths, right, with these beautiful flowers and things, and how we have the Ace of Wands here, and there's beautiful buds and little flowers coming out of it. So I do feel like if you are moving somewhere new, this is going to be somewhere that's really beautiful in nature. There's something about nature here. And this may be something that you've wanted to do for a long time too. For some of you, if it is nature related, maybe you lived in the city and you're like, I can't handle this conflict and chaos anymore. Maybe just with your energy and so with the energy that surrounds you. So maybe, the hustle and bustle is not what you're into anymore, and you're moving into, the countryside. You're a lot more beautiful, a lot more nature, and that really speaks to you as your true self, right? Being in amongst that nature, and is a lot more calming for you. So, there could be a number of situations right here, guys. Just take what resonates. But again, Ace of Wands, new energy. But Wands too, right? Wands are, passionate. There's a lot of passion here. So if this is a dream that you're going after, is this something that you've wanted to do for a long time, be it career related or whatever it is that speaks to you, then, this is something that you're very passionate about. So you're definitely following your dreams here, guys. And we also have the Ace of Cups underneath here as well, confirming this. So this is about emotional fulfillment. This is about your cup being filled up, okay? And I do actually think it's interesting in this card, though, because you don't actually see any water in the cup. And it does kind of appear with the blue around it. It's almost like the water is surrounding the cup. But, your cup is definitely not empty. It may feel like this at the moment, you know what I'm saying? So the very first part of January, or perhaps even now in December, which is why you're making this choice in January, right? You're going, you know what? I've got this empty cup. I'm tired of this empty cup. I don't want it anymore. Maybe like these cups here on the 8 of Cups. Maybe it's got a chip. Maybe it's got a crack. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, you know what? I'm fed up. I've had enough of this. Again, of course, another metaphor, guys. And, you're going in search of, that stream, perhaps even that I talked about with the Lovers card and the other path, right? To fill up this cup so that you can have that emotional fulfillment. But this is something that is definitely going to bring you that, this change, this transformation, okay? This destiny, right? So this is something that is destined for you. So whether you've known this, and, you're going off in search of it, or not so much in search. I feel like if it is, of course, something that you know that you're meant to do, you're going off to get it, right? But for others of you too, just by making that decision to leave something behind that is not serving you, you're being led to your destiny. And so maybe along this trip, along this journey, you're discovering more about yourself. and who you are with this purity card, and this is going to lead you to your destiny, something that is going to be very passionate for you, something you're very passionate about, that's going to really inspire you and really bring out sort of like the fire within you. I'm hearing just very passionate and emotionally fulfilling. Okay, so we do have the I am the dreamer of my dream. And so this definitely speaks to me that this is your dream. It's nobody else's dream but yours. So if people are having some kind of a say about it, I think you should do this, I think you should do that, no, this is your dream and yours only. So, you know what you're doing with it, you know what you want, and, I think you're definitely moving away from the people that are wanting to have a say about it, or, telling you what they think you should do with your life, right? So, and again, I think that this message really breeds positivity, but also possibility as well, right? Because it's like, I am the dreamer of my dream. I can dream up anything I want to. My life can be whatever I want it to be. I can be whoever I want to be, right? So there's this air of possibility here within this card, which I really, really like as well. And I'm going to just read this one once again. So when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. So if you've been feeling a little bit in the darkness, and it does look like that, we've got this dark mountain here with these broken glasses, okay? We have this rain pouring down. It's very dark, but above that beautiful rainbow, we've got the light, right? So you guys you're being guided back to the light. The universe is really helping you out here, and by making this decision, the universe has your back here, and you're coming into your destiny, whatever that is for you, whatever is destined for you. This is what you're moving towards. So you guys are finally coming out of the chaos, out of the conflict, okay, out of this situation that doesn't serve you anymore, and you're coming into newer, happier times that align with who you are, that put you in the position in your life where you are meant to be. And that's a really wonderful thing. And like I said, this is going to bring you a lot of calm and peace within yourself. It's passion. It's igniting that part of you, that fiery part of you. You may have some fire within you. We do have the Lovers here as well. Sorry, I should point out. So that is Gemini energy. So that some of you could be air signs. Oh, and it's making me think as well, guys, with these two geese here. I'm assuming they're geese. They look like geese. How, they migrate and they move on. So, again, another clue, right, to you guys really picking up and moving on. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is a physical move. Perhaps you're making an actual literal journey that you're taking off in search for your dreams, or as I said, if you already know what that is, you are heading off in the direction towards that. So that's really, really beautiful. So that is the first week of your January 2023. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I do want to just mention as well, guys, seeing as I was talking about purity and your sort of authenticity and things like that, I do have a podcast. It is called the Mighty Motivation Project. I will link it down below in my description box. You might want to check that out. Episode 4 is going to be posted in the next couple of days. So I am just new with my podcast, as you can tell, but it is all about motivational speaking, motivational messages that I really felt people should hear based on my experiences that I've gone through in my life, because, I've had a lot of ups and downs, much like everybody. We all go through that, right, guys? But I just wanted to use some of my experiences and some of the wisdom that I've gained from those experiences. So like I said, I do have one on authenticity. It actually was the first episode that I did. So if you guys would like to listen to that, if you feel there may be a message in there for you, check that out. As I said, I will leave that in the description box. But if you guys enjoyed this reading today, if you enjoy my channel, the energy, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Other than that, have a wonderful 2023, and I will see you on the next reading. Thanks, guys. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. So we are looking into your first week of January 2023. So let's look at your door card first. That's what we're taking a look at. It says, Divine Guardian, do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. So, this is a path perhaps that you're taking. Maybe that's, making you feel a little bit nervous. Maybe you took on some of that full energy, a leap of faith, and, you're not sure where it's going to lead you or take you. But, this is a message here that perhaps you're being guided or, definitely protected right now by your spiritual team, the universe, in moving forward. So there's no need to worry or be nervous, because the path you are on is going to lead you to the right place, to where you're meant to be. Okay, guys? Let's get into the rest of your cards. Okay, pile 2. So let's start off with your tarot. So we have the Devil, which is clarified by the Tower. We have the Two of Swords, clarified by the Four of Wands. We have the Four of Cups, clarified by the Eight of Cups. We also have some oracle for you. So your message cards: true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. And then I surrender to a power greater than me. We also have the card of happiness, and we also have the card of wisdom. So let's get into this. So I am going to start off with this Devil energy, and I am sorry guys, this does feel like quite heavy energy here, so we may be getting quite deep here, or I do apologize if this is a bit triggering for people, but this is, I feel a bit of a transformative energy here as well. So there's no light without the dark, right guys? So bear with me here while we get through this, but we're going to get through this together, okay? So we have the Devil. The Devil talks about toxic people, environments, energies, things that aren't serving us. Of course, he is the Devil, right? So we may be feeling, you may be feeling trapped in a situation right now that has not been serving you, okay? And some of you may have been aware of this situation, but I feel like with the Four of Cups over here, some of you may not have been aware of this situation. And I'm cluing into the little rat here on this card. So, maybe there's been a bit of a rat in your energy surroundings, your circle of friends, whatever this is, and perhaps, you've been a bit unaware. But with this Tower card here, changes are going to come, okay, with this situation. Now, the Tower does talk about chaos, things coming crashing down, and it can really feel quite difficult when it's happening, surprising, things like that, because the Tower does happen when we least expect it most of the time. But again, just remember with the Tower as well, yes, it can be crazy as it's happening, and it may feel overwhelming, but what we need to remember here with the Tower card is this is the universe trying to help you out here, okay? Sometimes, we don't always know what's best for us. Sometimes, we all make decisions sometimes that maybe aren't the best for us as well. But maybe we're not aware of that at the time. It's sort of like an afterthought. Whatever the situation is, if we are struggling to get ourselves out of a situation, is my main point, the universe steps in, okay? And so although we may feel with this Tower energy that it is happening to us, right, almost as if like we're being punished for something, or we're just getting a whole heap of bad luck, or it's some kind of negative karma, right, that's coming through. This is something that's happening for us, okay? So it's paving the way for something better. And of course, what happens when, if we think about like demolition, for instance, right? We knock a building down so that we can start a new building, right? So we can build from the ground up. So if you look at the Tower in that way, Yes, it may feel chaotic. Yes, you know, you may feel like your whole world around you is coming crashing down. I don't really want to depict it like that, guys, sorry, but it can feel like that. If I'm honest, sometimes I've been through a lot of tower moments myself, let me tell you. And it can feel like that, you know, in all honesty, it really can. But what's to remember is that it's allowing you to start something new, to build from more solid foundations and start creating something for yourself that is the right situation for you, right? The right thing for you. So like I said, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. But I know sometimes that's how it can feel. So we do have this devil energy, but this is the energy that we're hopefully getting out of. Now again with that devil card, like I said, in the traditional sense, with the Rider-Waite Tarot, you've got the devil, he's got two people chained up, but the chains are really loose around their necks, so technically they can get themselves free, right? But the fact is, too, with the devil card, they're still there. You know, if they could get themselves free, they wouldn't be stuck under the chains. So again, I feel like that's that clue as well. Sometimes we're not aware of situations that, you know, aren't the best for us at the time. You know, we do tend to stick to situations that we're comfortable with. Maybe sometimes we are aware, you know, that something's not serving us, but again, like I said, we get comfortable in something and we fear sometimes the unknown, and we because we don't know what's out there, we don't know what's next. You know, if I for instance, if I leave this job, right, and I go apply for another job, what's going to happen? What if this job doesn't pay me as much as the job I've got now? But you may find that that job pays you more than the job you've got now. You may find that that job position suits you more than the job you have now. You know, sometimes it is about sort of going, okay, you know what, this really isn't serving me, and yes, I may not know what's coming next, but the best thing that I can do right now is, you know, move forward in a positive way that best suits me, right? But sometimes, like I said, we don't feel like we're in that position to take that step ourselves, and that's when the universe comes in. And so we get these tower moments, right? So we have this Two of Swords, and I think that explains that just a little bit further as well. Sometimes the Two of Swords can talk about knowing that we have. Sometimes I feel like it's that inner knowing, that because in the traditional Rider-Waite, you know, she's got a blindfold on and she's got the two swords in front of her, and so it's like, in one way you could say she doesn't know that she's got two choices that she need, or a choice rather, that she's needing to make, right? Or you can say that, you know, deep down she knows there's a choice that she needs to make. Sorry guys, I'm saying she, but ignore the gender specifics, right? Because that's irrelevant. But she knows she's got a choice to make, right? Deep down, but she's refusing to make it. And again, that could be the situation for some of you. Maybe you do realize that something's not serving you, but there's a bit of hesitation in taking that step, in taking that leap to get yourself out. So the universe is coming in to sort of help you out with that, and, you know, sort of give you a little nudge forward in a much more positive direction for you, okay? Now, we do have the Four of Wands here clarifying this. So this could be some kind of home situation here. So whether it's, you know, leaving the house that you're in, leaving maybe the environment that you're in right now. So maybe there's some, you know, toxic people that are around. Your energy is filled right now that you're needing to leave behind, you know. For some of you, yes, this could be family, some kind of family situation, you know, again, or it could be, you know, maybe the environment that you're living in. So the area that you're living in isn't serving you right now, and, you know, it's not for your best interests. And so, but it's something to do with the home here, guys, I'm feeling like, okay, so something to do with the home. And, again, you know, I do feel like this is that clue in as well, that yes, you know, okay, Spirit's just given me I'm not going to say this right, Spirit, because I don't remember it all, so you might have to help me out, but it's the wolf and the three pigs. You know how he's like, I'm going to huff and I'm going to puff and I'm going to blow your house down, right? And each pig has a different house, and of course one's made of, I've got to remember this, guys, because I haven't heard this since I was a kid. One's made of straw, if I remember correctly. So obviously the straw gets blown down pretty quickly. One's made of sticks, I think. if I remember, or mud or something. That gets blown down, I think. The sticks get blown down. And then the final person made theirs of bricks. And, of course, the bricks don't get blown down. So, again, it may be that sort of three pig scenario where things have come crashing down, but maybe Spirit's trying to say to you, well, look, you didn't have anything set on a firm foundation in the first place, and we've had to do this in order to put you somewhere where you can finally have that firm foundation, that brick house that third pig had, right? So something like that, right, guys? You're getting the idea here, yeah? Now, of course, with this Four of Cups, again, this presents to me sometimes the energy of someone that's not noticing what's going on around them, a little bit aloof to what's happening in their surroundings, or, again, they're aware, but they're just like, no, I don't want to deal with this right now. And look, I'll be honest, guys, that can happen too. There's a lot of scenarios I've been through where I thought to myself, I'm not ready to deal with this right now. I realize there's something that needs to be dealt with, but maybe emotionally I'm not feeling like I'm in that space to deal with it. Or sometimes too, it's a bit daunting to think of all the things that you may have to do in order to deal with this situation, right? And so it's a bit of an overload on the mind, and sometimes we think, what, the easiest thing to do is just to not do anything. But remember too, guys, no action is still action in a way, right? So not making a decision is technically still making a decision, yeah? So this could be that scenario, but this could also be sometimes the Four of Cups, he looks a bit like he's meditating under the tree. So maybe some of you, have been taking a little bit longer than needed to think about making a decision. And so perhaps that's why the universe is coming in and saying, okay, we're just going to give you that little nudge, because, maybe there's a bit of doubt in your mind. Maybe there's just a bit of hesitation, something that's stopping you from moving forward and leaving this situation behind that is not serving you. Because we do have the Eight of Cups here, and of course that is about walking away, leaving something behind. Now, we did have that similar scenario about leaving something behind in pile one. So this may be a follow-on from pile one. If you felt drawn to pile one, you may want to go back and listen to pile one. And of course, if you've come here from pile one, then hello, welcome back. And this, of course, may really resonate for you as a continuation on from that message. So, but also too with the Four of Cups, he does look a bit bored under the tree sometimes too. So, again, the traditional Rider-Waite. Sorry guys, I know that must sound so annoying. Sometimes when I do that, I do realize that. I use different tarot and then I go, so the Rider-Waite. But I'm sure we do all know the Rider-Waite, and sometimes my mind just goes back to those original visuals because they are on point. But anyways, so, again, this may be a clue too. Maybe you're bored in your situation right now. It's another sign that, this really isn't serving you right now. And, there's a need to move on. So yeah, there is a definite clue here that you guys are going to be actually walking away from something. Even though we have this indication here that perhaps there's been a period of indecision, I feel like this is this Tower moment coming in to sort of push you in the direction of actually taking that action to walk away, to move away from this situation that is not serving you. And of course, we do have the happiness card here. So, this is leading you only to your happiness, guys. Okay, so do not sit there and worry about where you are headed after this. Okay, because like the card says with Divine Guardian, okay, do not be nervous. Today or tonight, the path you are on will lead you just right. Okay, so you're not being led astray. You're not being led into more darkness. Okay, you guys are heading into the light. You are heading into your happiness. So whichever way you are being guided to move forward, or however you feel called to move forward, leaving this situation behind, just know that you are moving into much more happier times. And with this wisdom card as well, guys, you're coming out a lot more wiser than before, okay? A lot more wise to, perhaps the ways of others, or perhaps, because for some of you too, maybe. And I sorry to keep referring to myself, guys, but it's just as an example. I've been through a lot of situations too where I'm an empath, right? And I am a very, kind person, and I have been the doormat a few times, I will tell you, in the past, and it's that thing of like getting caught up in those toxic situations with those toxic people, and it's kind of like, I don't know, should I move forward? I don't know, but like I realize the situation isn't serving me, and sometimes it's not even being aware to, like, I wasn't aware that people around me actually weren't for my best interests, because I wanted to see the good in everybody. And so I would sit there and I'd be like, oh, well, I'm sure they have their reasons for doing what they did, even though it, wasn't very nice, or it wasn't, exactly justified or something. But I'm sure, I'm sure, they didn't mean to say that, or they didn't mean to do that, or something like that. And so I would stay in these situations, or I would find myself excuses to stay, right? But then, of course, that towel moment comes in, and you're sort of forced to move forward. And then that realization comes in, that's the wisdom, right? Of like, right, now I'm starting to understand, you know what, those people didn't have my best interests at heart. You know what, I think they actually did mean to say what they said. And, I may not have taken that step myself, but I'm very grateful for the universe having put me on the path to moving away from that which did not serve me, right? So it's that thing, guys, it's that thing. So you're coming away with a lot more wisdom, okay? And again, I surrender to a power greater than me. I'm not sure if I read this one out yet, guys, but I surrender to a power greater than me. So again, this is about putting your trust in the universe. And we do have the butterfly here. Butterflies talk about transformation. So, I feel like this may be a bit of an eye-opening is not the right word. Eye-opening is what I meant to say. Eye-opening sort of situation for you guys right now, where perhaps a lot of things that you weren't aware of are being revealed to you, and you're, once you move away out of this situation, and sometimes, guys, we don't see things until we walk away, until we move away, and we're able to really see the bigger picture, things like that sometimes, and then we understand why things happen the way that they did, and what was really going on. So again, like I said, this is putting your trust in the universe. And we have these beautiful shades of blue here that always makes me think of like calm, right? This is a very calming color for me, blue. So again, I think you're moving into a lot more calmer times, definitely getting out of this devil energy. Okay, and the devil is a Capricorn as well, so Capricorn might mean something for you guys. Okay, that's an earth sign. So we also have on this other card here, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Yeah, so I feel like, again, this may be a bit of a transformation happening here, guys, when you're moving out of this situation. There's a bit of healing happening here, but, ultimately, of course, it's leading you to your happiness, okay, and it's getting you more wisdom, right? Because this is what life is about, guys. We go through things, we experience them so that we can learn from them, so that we can grow. So allow those feelings to surface if they want to surface, and I do think that is the healthiest thing to do, guys. I've lost my parents and things like that. I've gone through a lot of grief and things, and I really do think, like, I see some people, really trying to hide those feelings and really suppress them. And I honestly think, guys, if those feelings are coming up and you feel able to let them free and to, face them, head on, I honestly think that is the healthiest thing for you guys to do. So if they do come up, then yes, permission to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. It's okay. If you're angry, if you're sad, if you're upset, whatever it is, it's okay. Those feelings are valid. And, this is when that healing can really occur, when we start acknowledging that those things are there, and, that those feelings are there, and even acknowledging what we've been through as well. Because sometimes it's easy for us to want to wipe something from our minds. We say, okay, I've moved on from this, I'm not thinking about it anymore, it's gone, it's done. But sometimes we realize too that part of that healing process is really just I don't want to say revisiting, because that's not what it is, but it's more sort of just acknowledging that we went through that, right? Because sometimes we do want to go, nah, that didn't happen, I'm pushing that out of my memory now. But sometimes, in order for that healing to occur, or in order for us to get sort of like almost like we're giving ourselves clarity, if you know what I mean, on a situation. And by saying, okay, this happened, I went through it, what's done is done, right? And then, you know, starting on that healing process, which of course, you know, is a different road for everybody, and it takes, you know, as long as it takes, you know, it's whatever that means for you. But yeah, so again, guys, this is really just may feel chaotic, and I'm so sorry to sort of start off with this heavy energy, but just know, guys, like I said, you know, there is no light without the dark, and this is bringing you guys into much more happiness. And while this tower moment, yes, may feel like it's happening to you, it's not, guys, it's happening for you. And the universe just really wants you to be happy. The universe wants you to put you in a position where you feel more at peace, and more able to live your life freely. You know, that's what I think of dolphins too. Dolphins are friendly, but they're also free, right? They've got the whole ocean to swim around in. You know, you've got the beautiful sun there, that beautiful blue sky. This is what you guys are coming into. This is what this transformation is happening. So this is what is happening with the transformation. And it's about you guys just trusting in that process, the healing process, but the transformation as well, and that the universe is guiding you in the right direction. And also trust in yourself, guys, as well, in your own inner voice, okay? Know that also you know what's best for you as well, okay? You don't have to always rely on the universe knowing what's best, or you know, definitely not other people as well, because they don't know what's best for us, right? We do. And you know, don't be afraid to face that as well, and really look deep and see what it is that you feel about a situation, or your, you know, current environment, or yourself, or whatever this is, and you know, and know that you know what's best for you as well, and your happiness. And this is what you're moving into. This is what transformation is happening. This kicking off this healing process, and again, you're coming out a lot more wiser for it, guys. Okay. So I'm happy for you guys, because yes, as I said, this may feel like it was a negative reading, but really it's not, guys. It is something positive, because you are coming into your happiness. And you know, sometimes it's not always fun at the start, you know, dealing with tower moments and things, but I promise you this is all happening for the better, so that you can rebuild from the ground up with something really solid this time, that is a good foundation, that is right for you, and that is going to lead you to your happiness. Okay, guys? So I hope that you resonated with this reading. If you did, and you like my energy in my channel, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And all the best, guys, for 2023. It does look like this is setting you up to have a much more happier 2023 perhaps than you might have had in 2022. So you know, thankful to the universe for that, right? And I will see you guys on the next reading. Do take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So we are talking about what's happening for you the first week of January 2023. We're going to start off with your door card here for some main energy. And we have Distant Dream. The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. So for some of you, I feel like this obviously is a dream that you're wanting to perhaps pursue. This may have felt like a bit of a distant dream, something before perhaps that you felt you couldn't achieve, or was something that, you know, maybe you felt you couldn't bring into reality. So we're going to get into cards and see what they have to say, but this could very well be shifting for you, and perhaps now is something that you can actually attain and work towards, but we'll see what we have in the rest of the cards. So let's get into your spread. Okay, Pile 3, so we are starting off with the tarot here. So we have the Fool card, that is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Three of Cups. We have the Mother of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. We also have some Oracle for you as well. We have some messages for you. I choose love, no matter what. We also have my vibes speak louder than my words. And we have the two cards, Inner Peace and Flow. So I am going to start off with the tarot. Let's talk about that for a second. So we have the Fool here, and this is about jumping in to something new. Now the Fool, of course, he acts without hesitation. He's ready to jump into something new. There's sort of no fear there. So this is somebody that, is really acting on that leap of faith, and hoping that wherever they land or whatever comes from taking this leap of faith, that they will be all right, and that they are jumping into something new and exciting. So this is sort of having that positive energy and understanding that sometimes we do need to take leaps of faith, whether we know or not how things may work out. Sometimes we just need to have a bit of trust in ourselves and, of course, in the universe, that things will work out for the best. Now, we do have this clarified by the Wheel of Fortune here. So with the wheel here, things are changing, I feel like, for you guys. So if you felt, of course, we know the deal with wheels. Wheels are always constantly turning, right? So the whole thing about the Wheel of Fortune is, things that are up must come down, but things that are down will also come up. So if you're feeling like you've sort of been at the bottom of the wheel lately, perhaps that might have felt like your energy in 2022, or maybe, the last part of 2022. 2023, guys, is going to put you up at the top of the wheel, okay? And as you can see here, we have the owl up at the top here. So you guys are heading up to the top of this wheel, and so things are turning, things are shifting, and I feel like this is because you guys are jumping into something, and you're taking that leap of faith. So new beginnings here, guys. We've got that sense already of new beginnings. Now, in relation to that distant dream, perhaps your feelings this January, this first week of January, is that you're just going to go for it. Maybe you felt, you know what, I waited long enough in 2022, now's the time to take action, and I am actually going to go for this dream, whatever it is that you've wanted to do, and perhaps now you're taking that leap of faith towards that. Maybe this was part of your New Year's resolution, right, guys, to, take on new things and, not afraid to go for new opportunities, right? So, and the thing we're here, which I like with this Fool card too, right, is you've got the baby bird. Now you can see that he's got 1 foot on the tree still, but there's 1 foot off. So it's like he's he's sort of like, I'm taking that step. I'm going to take it, right? And he doesn't know whether he's going to fall or what's going to happen. But the great thing is he's a bird that has been created to fly, right? He has that ability. So, excuse me, guys. He has that ability. So, whether he knows it or not, he is actually going to be okay because he is built to fly, right? So, again, this is just acting on that, having that faith that things will turn out okay, and, they will turn out in your favor, it seems here, guys, because, again, like we have this clarified by this Wheel of Fortune. So you guys are going to be making that shift. The wheel is going to turn, and I feel like you guys are putting yourselves up at the top of this wheel. The Wheel of Fortune too can talk about fate and, destined things as well. So again, like I said, this bird is destined to fly. Perhaps you guys are destined to really take this leap of faith to lead you to something that you were meant to do, right? So this dream, perhaps that you've had, or something that you're heading towards, maybe the very thing that you were meant to do all along in your life, at some point in your life. And the Wheel of Fortune too sometimes can talk about fame and fortune. So, this may be taking a step. This dream may be something in the lines of fame and fortune. Maybe that's why it's a distant dream. So maybe you wanted to be an actor or a singer or something, and you're thinking, well, this is a really hard industry to get into. But maybe you're realizing now for that first part of 2023, you know what? Nothing's going to happen unless I take that leap of faith and just see what comes of it. So I feel like this is your energy this first week of January. So we also have the Ace of Swords here. So this is new beginnings, of course. Aces are always new beginnings. But, this can also talk about, I mean, the swords suits talk about communication, right? So there could be some kind of new communication that comes through to you, but also too, this can be epiphanies as well. This can be new ideas. So you may be struck with some new ideas, and we do have the lightning coming in there. The first week of January, that's really going to help you take that leap of faith. So maybe you're going to be really inspired. Those ideas are going to come through, and that's what's going to give you that little bit of a push to take that leap of faith. We do have this Ace of Swords clarified here by the Three of Cups. So, so for some of you, this could be collaboration. Maybe you're collaborating with some friends. Maybe you're, or this is something in a social sense. So maybe this too could be news coming in from other people, to you. But or maybe there's something that you're really wanting to, in the vocal sense, get out to the world, get out to people, right? And again, I did talk about, the fame, fortune sort of thing. So maybe some of you want to be singers or some kind of speakers, getting your word out to people. And maybe the Three of Cups here is kind of that clue to, like, perhaps an audience that you are wanting to have. But the Three of Cups too also talks about celebration, right? So whatever this is, this epiphany that's coming in, or this new energy that you're feeling, and this excitement of the Fool, and this is bringing you this opportunity for celebration, right? So you guys may be really feeling called to, I'm going to celebrate this. The fact that I've decided to take this leap of faith, or, maybe things have already started happening. I can see this wheel shifting, and that brings you to this point of celebration. Maybe you're going to head out with some friends or some family, and you're going to get together and say, I'm going to celebrate this because this is something wonderful to celebrate. So we have some really wonderful energy here, guys. Sorry. And we also have the Mother of Swords, right, guys? So now the Mother of Swords is, of course, the Queen of Swords in the standard tarot deck. And this is somebody who obviously thinks a little bit more with their head than their heart. This can actually probably really help you in this situation, perhaps maybe. And I'm going to say here too, because we do have I choose love no matter what. And we also have my vibes speak louder than my words. And we do have this Three of Cups card here. So I do feel like there is an energy here where you are in touch with your heart space. So I don't feel like it's a situation where, there's no emotions involved here, guys, or you're not in touch with your divine feminine. But I do feel like there's a sort of a realization, perhaps, that in order to achieve what you need to achieve here, that you're going to be acting more from your divine masculine. So more from the head rather than the heart in order to achieve what you need to achieve. But it doesn't mean, of course, that, there's no emotion there, because, of course, I do feel that there is. And you may be very well equally balanced with your divine masculine and divine feminine. But I feel like there's an air here of you realizing that perhaps I need to be more in my head with this in order to proceed forward, or to have some kind of success in moving forward with this. And this is someone to, sort of clear cut. So they say what they mean, sort of like they're truth talkers, right? And of course we do have the owl here as well. So maybe you're sort of adopting that energy of, really being open and honest with people, and just really saying what you mean, coming forth with, what it is that you want to say. This could be even, more speaking up for yourself. Perhaps too, if this is, because this is just making me think about this now. I've just started a motivational speaking podcast. So maybe if this resonates for some of you, if it's something like motivational speaking, maybe, again, this is about, speaking your truth and things to other people. But, there's many other ways to do that. So maybe it's through music. Maybe it's through some other form of, verbal communication with others, if that resonates with some of you. But again, because it's the Mother of Swords, right? Because it's the Queen of Swords, she's got that motherly energy. So like I said, the emotions are still there, the heart and all that. It's just that I feel like you guys are realizing that perhaps, this needs more action from the divine masculine at this point in time, or whatever it is that you guys are wanting to achieve, this dream, right? So, you may be bringing clarity to other people as well. Again, like I said, some kind of truth teller, maybe. Maybe you're opening up people's eyes to the truth about something, or things in general, or maybe people just really like listening to you, or maybe you could be a writer as well, because of course it's another way to express through words, right? So, maybe people are just really loving reading what you write. There's something about, I feel like, the way you communicate with others, and people are really listening, I feel like. So again, I do feel like this Three of Cups can represent some kind of audience that maybe are, involved here. But, also too, that's just making me want to just emphasize this point. So although you may be sort of verbally speaking, right, and maybe you're realizing, again, like I said, it's that truth teller, it's the head over the heart, it's still coming from a heart space. So maybe you're, speaking your truth about things that you've been through in your life, or maybe your opinions on things, or how you feel about the world, or something. There's some kind of, how you feel here, or some kind of truth telling here, I think, that people are really wanting to listen to. But it's only if that resonates, for you guys. But we have this clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, and of course this talks about independence. So I feel like this is you coming into this really strong period of independence, working towards coming into something really powerful, like stepping into your inner power, being a force almost to be reckoned with, And, this pentacles, of course, being stability, being finances, and all those kinds of things, and this can be material wealth as well. So maybe this is, something that you've been really wanting to work towards, or you've been hoping that this dream could help you achieve. And I feel like, this is going to allow you to really stand in your power. And being that Mother of Swords, I think people are really going to take notice of you if this does resonate with you, wanting to sort of be seen in some form. But I think in general, even if it's nothing to do with being seen or out in the public, it's just you feeling really in your own power, and just being like that presence when you walk into a room, even, just with other people in general. And just feeling really strong in yourself, in sense of self. And, this is allowing you with this Nine of Pentacles to sort of really live that little life of comfort that I think you've, perhaps been wanting to live. So she's able, and again, ignore the she and he, right? Because there's no gender specifics. Sorry here, guys. But this is someone who is, able to sort of really live that life of luxury a little bit. So it's like, they're not really worried about money. They have enough to live comfortably, do the things that they need to do, but also have a little bit extra to do some of the things that they want as well. So if this is the kind of lifestyle, this kind of energy, this kind of, what you've been wanting to achieve, in that stability sense, and the finances sense and things like that, then this is definitely what you guys are heading towards. So we do have, I choose love no matter what. So I do feel like whatever this dream is that you're heading towards, this is something I feel like that does come from the heart. So it's something that you are in love with. It's something you feel passionate about. It's something that you really want to do. Okay, so you're not just doing it for the sake of, getting to this Nine of Pentacles. It is actually something I feel that, you really want to do and are passionate about. And I think people can feel this from you, because we do have here, my vibes speak louder than my words. So although you may, whatever this dream is, it may come from your voice or from written words, whatever it is, in this sword sense, right? I do feel like people are still getting a vibe that goes deeper than that, and I feel like that is coming from the heart space. So like I did say to you, I do feel kind of like, there's no cutout here of the divine feminine. There isn't an absence of emotions. They are definitely there, but I feel like the way for you to get that across is through this sword energy. So through communicating, and through through words, right? And this sort of divine masculine sense as well. So yeah, so people I think are really in touch with whatever vibes it is that you are putting out through whatever it is you're doing with this dream. But I do feel like it's something that is coming from your heart space. It's something that you really do want to do and you believe in. And of course, you know, when we have belief in ourselves, when we really believe, it's like, dare I say, this is a really bad example because I don't kind of want to put it like that, but take a really good salesman, for instance, right? You know, anybody can have a sales pitch, but if they really believe what they're selling, then, you know, we get suckered in sometimes, right, to believing that too. And I don't want to put it like that because I'm not saying that you guys are putting out false words, because of course, like I said, the Mother of Swords, the Queen of Swords, it's not like that, right? She's a truth teller. So you guys, you know, there's no falseness here. But for lack of a better way of describing it, it just popped up in my mind. It's kind of like that, right? So it's like, you know, you really believe in what you're saying and what you're putting out there, and others do too. And others, you know, are not just going on your word, but they're feeling it from you. They're feeling this energy from you that, you know, whatever you're putting out there is truth, is real, right? So that's really, really cool. And we do have inner peace here as well. So I do feel like this that you are trying to achieve is going to bring you a lot of inner peace. And again, of course, we do have that Nine of Pentacles energy. So this is going to put you in a position of really feeling calm and cool and just, you know, in some form of like tranquility and serenity within yourself. It is an inner peace, so it is inside you that you're really feeling at your best. And, you know, again, if you're following your truth, right, and if you've come into this dream and you know that this is what you're all about, this is who you're meant to be, then, you know, that inner peace is going to follow, that inner peace is going to be there. And also too, we have flow. So I feel like, you know, perhaps you guys have made this realization as well too, that, you know, it's, I mean, in any sense, it's never really helpful for us to go against, like, you know, for example, when you're painting something, you know, people say don't go against the grain, right, of the wood. So, and it's like, don't walk against the wind, you know, you're just creating a harder, you know, bit effort for yourself to try and, you know, get anywhere. And it's that same thing, you know, just following the flow, right? And I think you guys are realizing that, and perhaps that's part of the realization too, that can be coming in for some of you guys. Maybe now you're realizing that, you know, it's easier just going with the flow. And so maybe there's a release of control perhaps too as well. Maybe you felt in the past, in order to get to this dream, you know, you had to do this, this, and this, but maybe now it's kind of like, you know what, I'm going to put myself out there, I'm going to go for this, and then I'm just going to go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens, and hopefully I will end up where I need to be. And I feel like you definitely will, because like I said, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, can we get any better, guys? Come on. So this is really fantastic vibes, really fantastic energy. This was your reading, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. And look, obviously you are starting off things fantastically for 2023. So I really do hope you, wish you all the best for the rest of the year ahead. And take care. If you did like my channel, this reading resonated, if you like my energy, please like and subscribe. I would super appreciate that. Leave me a comment down below if you want to. Other than that, guys, like I said, once again, have a fantastic 2023. I'm really proud of you guys, because you're obviously deciding to go for what it is that you want. And I don't even think I need to tell you all the best really for that, because it seems that you guys are definitely going to get there. So kudos to you. And, you know, enjoy your celebrations, enjoy this Nine of Pentacles energy, right? Good on you guys. So, like, once again, take care, and I'll see you on the next reading. Bye.